Today, I will be reading two letters from one of the most famous civil rights leaders in America, in American history, that is. And they're going to his parents. The first will go to his father, the second to his mother. Pay attention to the difference in tone in each letter. Today is February 25th, 2026. Here's the background on the first letter. Martin Luther King Jr. to Martin Luther King Sr. Martin Luther King Jr. lived from 1929 to 1968. He had just graduated from high school at the age of 15 when he wrote his father this letter from Connecticut, where he spent the summer working on a tobacco farm to earn money before beginning his first year at Morehouse College. At the top of the letter, it says Simsbury, Connecticut, June 15th, 1944. Dear Father, I am very sorry I am so long about writing, but I have been working most of the time. We are really having a fine time here, and the work is very easy. We have to get up every day at 6. We have very good food, and I am working kitchen, so you see, I get better food. We have services here every Sunday about 8, and I am the religious leader. We have a boys' choir here, and we are going to sing on the air soon. Sunday, I went to church in Simsbury. It was a white church. I could not get to Hartford to church, but I am going next week. On our way home, we saw some things I had never anticipated to see. After we passed Washington, there was no discrimination at all. The white people here are very nice. We go to any place we want to and sit anywhere we want to. Tell everybody I said hello, and I'm still thinking of the church and reading my Bible. And I am not doing anything that I would not do in front of you, your son. Okay, now let's go to the next letter, to his mother. Here's the background on it. Martin Luther King Jr. to Alberta King. Alberta King lived 1904 to 1974. She was the mother of Martin Luther King Jr., and she was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, where her father was the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. She earned a teaching certificate from Hampton Normal and Industrial Institute, and then married Martin Luther King Sr., who became pastor of Ebenezer Baptist in 1931 upon the death of Alberta's father. Alberta was the church's choir director and organist. Martin Luther King Jr. would go on to serve as pastor of the church after his father. This letter was written during his first semester at Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. In 1951, he graduated with a Bachelor of Divinity degree. Now for the letter. At the top, it says Chester, Pennsylvania, October 1948. Dear Mother, your letter was received this morning. I often tell the boys around the campus I have the best mother in the world. You will never know how I appreciate the many kind things you and Daddy are doing for me. So far, I have gotten the money, $5 every week. As to my wanting some clippings from the newspapers, I must answer yes. I wonder why you hadn't sent many, especially the Atlanta World. You stated that my letters aren't newsy enough. Well, I don't have much news. I never go anywhere much but in these books. Sometimes the professor comes in class and tells us to read our assignments in Hebrew, and that is really hard. Do you know the girl I used to date at Spelman? Gloria Royster? She is in school at Temple, and I have been to see her twice. Also, I met a fine chick in Philly who has gone wild over the old boy. Since Barber told the members of his church that my family was rich, the girls are running me down. Of course, I don't ever think about them. I am too busy studying. I hear from Christine every week. I try to answer her as regularly as possible. Well, I guess I must go back to studying. Give everybody my regards. Your son, M.L. Now, if any of you know your history or rumors, whatever you want to call it about Martin Luther King Jr., none of which detract from what he did as far as civil rights. But supposedly how should I put this? Loved the ladies, even when he was married to Coretta? Reading this letter, you make a decision. Interesting though. Did you notice the difference in the tone? Heck, even in the way he signed it, he didn't even put any initials or name to his dad, but to his mom, he did say ML. And I love how he says, "I have the best mother in the world." Kind of leads me to believe, was he a mama's boy? But then, aren't a lot of men, a lot of black men, mama's boys? Yeah, in my opinion, yeah. I hope you enjoyed hearing those two letters from a civil rights icon to his parents. And if you enjoy hearing letters from Black Americans, their own words, not an interpretation, join the community. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.